New day, more OGL news, and this time around we have a new statement from Wizards of the Coast who have actually put a name on their statement. So, very interesting stuff, and I just want to talk a bit about that in this video. Before I get started, these videos are getting a bit more views than we are used to here on the channel, and some people may come in that don't know who we are. So I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Eventyr with Eventyr Games, and we produce third-party content for Dungeons & Dragons. So we have books such as Wanderer's Guide to Merchants and Magic and Milando's Guide to Magical Marvels, as well as a lot of guides we published over at the DM's Guild. So I'm talking about this stuff from the perspective of a third-party creator who will very much be impacted by any changes to the OGL. All right, so with that out of the way, let's just jump quickly into it. We got a new statement from WotC's just yesterday, and it's an improvement. It's a better statement. It's better worded. They've actually gone in and done some of the stuff we wanted. It's a lot less gaslighting, there's a lot less blaming of the community, and a lot more taking responsibility, at least in the wording. So that's very much appreciated. I wish they would have led with this statement and not put out the horrendous statement they put out Friday. I'm not saying that the person behind this, who I have no knowledge about, but who claims to love Dungeons & Dragons, does actually like the game or play the game. I can't know. But I can tell that it sounds sincere, or at least more sincere than the last statement. The statement also sort of clarifies some of the points that were made in the first statement about what the new OGL won't do or will do. And I think it's appreciated. I can appreciate that they're sort of really clarifying this stuff again. To me though, and what I want you to also remember, none of this matters if they can still change the OGL. If they put out a license that they can make you sign, and then they can change it afterwards, after the fact, it's not gonna matter what they're putting in it now. The whole crux of the issue is that the OGL can be changed or it can be cancelled for you. So these are the main issues with the new OGL and why I would never sign a deal where they could change it. The other main issue is that they are still not commenting on the fact that they want to deauthorize the old OGL, if such a thing is even possible. The statement makes no note of that, which leads me to believe that they are gonna deauthorize the old OGL. This means for me that, yes, I'm happy that we get a better statement, that it reads like a real person. That's a definite upgrade over the first, but as long as it doesn't have these two key points, don't deauthorize the old OGL and don't allow for changes to be made to the new OGL after it's published, then it doesn't matter what the new OGL contains, and they haven't really promised us anything at all. They're also talking about putting out a survey to let us respond and sort of give our feedback on the new OGL they're going to present. And I think that's an opportunity we should take, even if they may not read or care about our comments. Give it a go, I'd say. And when you do, please remember those 2 points. Don't deauthorize the old OGL. Don't create an OGL you can deauthorize. What I would say is acceptable if they put out a OGL 2.0, they don't deauthorize the old one. They maybe even put language in to keep it irrevocable, because that would help garner some trust from the community. And then in the new OGL, they also put in a statement saying this is also irrevocable. So if they want to upgrade the terms or the license or anything like that, they'll have to put out an OGL 3.0. And then the people who want to use that OGL for whatever reason can do so, but the people who want to remain can stay on the OGL 2.0. That, for me at least, would be something where I could say, okay, I'll choose to publish under this OGL or this OGL or this OGL. As long as the choice is mine, I can't be that angry with them for making stupid decisions with their licensing deals. At least it's going to be less impactful, or it's going to feel less of an issue to sign an OGL if I know that this is the OGL I'm signing and it's going to remain this way. So that's a key point for me, and yeah, take that into account maybe when you review and give feedback on the OGL if you decide to do so. Another thing I quickly wanted to address is that we've seen a lot of rumors floating around from larger D&D channels about upcoming changes to the Dungeons and Dragons space, so to say, about subscription models on D&D Beyond that would cost upwards of $30 a month for players also, as well as AI, DMs, all that stuff. And I have to say that it sounds very dramatic. Sounds like some big changes, some big waves, and I'm not in the habit of giving Wizards any leeway on this stuff, but in terms of something that is a year and a half into the future, executives and companies can lay a lot of plans about what they're going to do or what they want to do. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. Doesn't mean that it's going to ever come into fruition. So we can laugh and point and say those are horrendous ideas, those are dumb ideas, and I believe for the most case they are. doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it. Now, we have seen Wizards of the Coast make some very dumb decisions in the past month or so. So who knows, maybe they're going to do it anyway. But for me, it's not something that I'm going to get too upset about. Whatever plans they think they have 1.5 years in the future, that sounds insane because we're not there yet. And I think their plans may have changed after what just happened in the past 30 days. I would hope they take some of their feedback into account. So of course you can be worried about them trying to move the game in that direction, because that can at least be seen as a negative. I think it overall probably is. If they hardline on that, if they really dig down and say we're not going to publish physical books, we're only going to be digital, we're going to be an Adobe-like atmosphere where you sort of have to, if you want all the books and the DM books and everything, you have to pay us $30 a month, because I can see them moving things in that direction. I don't think it's a false rumor in any way. I can see them wanting that, and that is concerning, but it's not something where I would put any stock into actual numbers and stuff like that, because those change along the way. It could end up being $14 or $19 or $59. We don't know, and they don't know either, probably. They're going to figure that out when they get a bit closer to the finish line, I think. So again, not saying you shouldn't put any stock into the rumors, just saying that take it with a grain of salt. We are far away from those. The main issue for me, at least right now and here, is the OGL. Now, we're also hearing about some potential very juicy news coming out in the next couple of days that may change what I just said here, because if we have something concrete like plans they're already putting into action about this stuff, well, then of course it's a lot more real and should be taken a lot more seriously. But yeah, that's basically my opinion on the issue. The main point I want to get across is no matter how tired you are talking about the OGL, I'm not particularly pleased about it either. Stay on track, don't let out, keep the line, all that good stuff. Remember, before we have an OGL license with the actual terms and we have an actual lawyer, of which there are many in the D&D community, luckily, review the license and say, all right, this is good enough, then it's good enough. Before that, all we're getting from statements and stuff from Wizards of the Coast, those are just empty statements that can be easily retraced. The trust is broken, so we're not going to believe a word they say unless we have it in binding writing. That's at least my perspective on it, and that's what it would require for me to sort of regain my trust in Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons as a brand. It's unfortunate we've gotten here. It's not a great time to be a third-party content creator. If you want to support the channel, just hang around. You can check out the Patreon. We have a link to that in the description down below. And we, of course, also have our books, which I believe I might have showed in the start of the video, which are, at least in our opinion, and most of the people who've read them, I think, some very good third-party books that can also be used for other tabletop role-playing game systems, as they contain a lot of general use content. In any event, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one.